Good evening and welcome to our Facebook Live this evening. It is Tuesday, the 1st of March 2022. I'm not going to say it, but here we are in March already. I hope everybody is keeping well. We had some fun yesterday just doing a simple card with the Cactus Cuties. And I also used those at Coffee and Card on Friday and yesterday afternoon. You may see some of the samples of the cards on my Facebook page, but let me just run through some in the meantime. I just want to pop this up on my phone so that I can see, hopefully, any comments that are there. And I hope everybody has had a reasonable day today. It's been dull here in Brackley in Northamptonshire, spitting with rain on and off during the day, but in the scheme of things I guess that's not too much to ask for. Okay, here we are. Excellent. Hello Wendy, lovely to have you join us this evening. I hope you're well. So this is the Cactus Cuties stamp set from Stampin' Up. Nice easy set to use. It's also an inexpensive one, so if you're looking at getting started in card making, this would be a really good fun stamp set to have. It's just £16 and it's photopolymer, which means you've got the stamps clear so that you can see through them to stamp. And we have 3 different pots, 3 different cacti or succulents, and then you've got elements that can go on the top. So you've got this one here, you've got the dotty one, you've got the flower that can go on either, and you've also got a few little leaves, and then this succulent here or cactus there, and 3 little sentiments. Hello, hope your day is on point, which is really good fun, and just a note as well. So let me show you the cards that I've made so far. So this one here, I've added this happy birthday down the side in garden green, and this is from the Slim Sayings stamp set, which is a set that we've used for our class in February. And this is garden green and mango melody, with a mango melody piece behind, and all of these are stamped on or placed onto our note cards and envelopes. We just bring that up a little bit there. And then we have this one here, so I've added the googly eyes to that one. A little bit of fun. This is Magenta Madness. That's one of the retiring colours. We're expecting it to retire at the end of April. And I've stamped this one here in cinnamon cider. Makes a great terracotta pot. This is Granny Apple Green and Magenta Madness for the little flowers. So I'll just bring that up so you can see it. And then we've got this one here with Poppy Parade, and I've just added a few little embellishments onto there. We can see those in the light. And then finally this one here, and again this is stamped in garden green, and a Bermuda Bay pot and Coastal Cabana flowers. Thank you Wendy, they're just so simple and easy to create, and I've just added that little one on the inside, and just to coordinate stamped up the envelope. Okay, so today we're going to extend these a little bit, and I'm going to use a standard size card. I haven't quite decided what colour card I might use for the base. So this is garden green, and then I've got a piece of card that is, I'll say, 1/2 centimetre smaller. .35, yes. So this is 14.35 by 10 centimetres, and I'm going to use this. I might change the base, so I have actually got Granny Apple Green as well. Haven't quite decided what colour base I'm going to end up using. And what I want to do is stamp all 3 pots along here. It was a little bit, well, it was too tight to do 3 of those on the note cards, but I'm also going to introduce the punch this time, and move that out of the light, sorry. And the punch cuts out this shape here. It cuts out this pot, this extra leaf, and also the flower. And what's unusual about this punch is it will punch out the shapes with no border around them. So it actually punches them very slightly smaller than the stamped image. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I'm going to start off though, just to get an idea for spacing, by stamping the 3 pots along here. I know I don't need a huge amount of space either side because they're all quite upright. And if in doubt, the image on the front usually gives you an idea which items will fit. Not always, because yesterday I stamped, I think it was this one, on this pot, and it was very tight for space. Let me see, yeah, it was this one here. So can you see? I mean, it still will fit, but it is a little bit squashed in. So if in doubt, be guided by the information on here or in the catalogue as well. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put I'm actually going to switch these round maybe, because I want to put the one in the middle that I might then pop up on dimensionals. So let's give these a go. Oh, so I have got these ready. Makes a change. They're already loaded up here on the right hand side, and normally I would suggest stamping your sentiment first, but I'm not actually sure because I really want to use this lovely happy birthday nice and big, but I'm not sure how it's going to fit when I've got the pots and the cactus. So let's stamp some pots and just get started. So as I say, this is to fit a standard UK A6 card, which is an A5 card folded in half. So this is the one that matches the punch here. So I'm going to pop that one in the middle because that's the one that I might well pop up on dimensionals. I think I'm going to use a bit of Mango Melody. See what that looks like. So sorry, this is just slightly off the screen. Now I have got a foam mat underneath just to make sure I've got a little bit of cushioning. This was the word I couldn't think of yesterday. So I am going to have it a little way up from the bottom, and I'm just guessing at the middle. Probably completely wrong, but there we go. And I can see it's got the tiniest of hairs on. So just going to clean that off. And stamp on the other side. Now I don't think you may not be able to see that, but I could definitely see it. And that is the thing with photopolymer, fairly filled in stamps, it will pick up any small thing going, just so that you know. So Wendy, I hope you're keeping well, and that everyone around you is too. Okay, let's try this again. So roughly in the middle. That's much better. Okay, and then I'm going to use cinnamon cider, which is a perfect terracotta coloured ink. And apologies to Scott, who was with us yesterday at Coffee and Card, because I left cinnamon cider on my desk here and I didn't take it with us. So apologies to Scott for that. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we're all good. Thank you, Wendy. We just have to be grateful for that, don't we? Okay, so I've got one here on the right hand side. Like that. And then I'm going to use the other one on the left. Now, I'm just thinking, actually, no, I have got the right one. I thought for a minute I got the wrong one for the punch. So I think I will do, I think I'm going to do terracotta on this side as well, only because I don't want to introduce too many colours. Right, let's try that. Now the pots are different sizes, so I'm not sure how. Oh, that looks okay. I have got a tiny little mark on this side which I'm actually going to trim off. Okay, so the cactus that matches the punch is that big chunky one. So I'm going to pop one in there. Oh, absolutely, Wendy. And, you know, I think we're all just so worried and concerned for the situation in Ukraine as it is. You know, you can only feel for those people. You can't imagine, can you, having to pack up everything and just leave. Okay, so this is garden green. This is one of my favourite colours for this particular cactus. And just going to bring it down a little bit on there, and then I'm going to stamp onto some scrap paper, because this is what I'm going to do to punch it out to make it 3D. And what you want to do is look at the design to see which way you want to stamp it and then punch. So the way that I do that is I turn the punch over, because the stamped image is going to go in, and in this case you've got the flat bottom and then obviously the cacti itself. Okay, so I'm going to pop one like so. And then I may also pop out the bowl. So if I look at this, the bowl is facing to the right, so the flat of the bowl is on the right hand side. So I'm going to pop that on there as well. Let's find it. It's here. Okay, so my phone has kicked me back out of where I was. Hopefully you're all still with me. Okay, so I'm going to pop one of these on there like that. Okay. And then, so that's going to be punched out and popped up on top if I want to lift it up. And I've got this one here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add some of this, the little fun shape on the top. So I'm going to grab that and pop one, two, like so. I might put another one on, but I really want to have space for my sentiment if I can manage that. So I'm going to stamp on my little strip for these, and if you look at the picture, it's actually upside down, so I'm going to stamp that upside down like so, with that little flat edge. Oh, it's a little bit narrow, so I can pop it this way in, upside down. So I'm just going to stamp 3 of those, and then I can put them in wherever I want. Okay, and then let's add the other cactuses here. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, let me see if I'm back live on my phone. Yes, we are. Oh, hi Kerry, good morning to you. And hi Scott. I did make an announcement that I apologise for not having cinnamon cider ink pad with us yesterday. I don't know if you were here when I said that. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the other 2, and then I'm going to punch these elements out with my punch. I might leave that at the top for the moment for my sentiment, because I'd love to put that happy birthday across the top. So I'm going to pop the little flowers here on this one, and I'm going to use garden green again, because that did really look lovely. I think it was Libby that used this yesterday. Apologies if it was anybody else as well. So let me just stamp this so you can see it. There we go. So just inking that up nicely like so. And I have added a bit extra ink where it's not needed on my block. And now wipe some of it off. Okay, so just going to position this, and again bringing this down a little bit. It's always a bit of a optical illusion when you have these stamps, because there's a little gap at the bottom of the stamps as it goes round the edge of the image, and it's very tempting just to line the edge of the stamp. Whereas in fact what you want to do is come up a little bit, and it's literally only 2 millimeters. Okay, so there's that one, and then let's add this funky one here on the right hand side. So I hope you're well this morning, Kerry. If anybody doesn't know, Kerry's in Australia, so she's ahead of the game of us here in the UK. So just making sure this is inked up. Now I know that my ink pads are quite light on ink. If you have a brand new ink pad and you're finding it's losing the detail, then you'll have seen me do this. Just take the edge of a block and move the ink to one side, or use a bone folder and stamp then in the lighter area. Okay, so let's pop this one on exactly the same, using the foam mat for a bit of cushioning, that's the word, like so. And we can add this little one here, which I didn't use the other day. So this is the stripy version of that. So you can really just have a little bit of fun with these. you know, they can go all sorts of ways. Now I'm going to leave that because I really want my happy birthday sentiment to go in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is punch these out, and I will add some flowers probably over there, but not on these ones here. Okay, so these are the ones that I stamped earlier. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop them in, these ones in first. Oh my goodness, oh bless you, Carrie, we've had light rain today. Okay, so I put these a little bit close together. I don't actually need 3, I only need 2. So, but if I cut this one out, you'll see that it's just about to trim that one there, but I only need 2. So I'm actually just picking the best 2. So there's one, and can you see it leaves an edge around it? It means you don't have to be quite as accurate when you're punching out. You've got a bit to play with, and there's no white edge. Okay, so that's my 2 pieces for the top here, and then I'm going to pop this one in. Do the same thing. So I've got my cactus piece for that one, and then finally I've got my little bowl. So what you could easily do is punch out that bowl shape in different papers if you wanted to. Now this does also cut out the flower, so I'm going to assemble these before I do that. Okay, so we've got our cactus, our pot, and our extra little pieces here. So what I can do now is pop that on there with some dimensionals. So let me move that out of the way. Hopefully you can see it well enough. It is different with the punch actually, and I don't know whether that's something new that's going to carry on. Normally, if you've used our punches before, as Carrie says, there's a white edge around, which means you have to be fairly accurate when you're popping it in the punch. But in fact, when it cuts off the edge, you've got a bit to play with. So, glasses are coming off, and I'm just going to line this back up so that it's in line with my bottom sample. And then we can do the same with this. So it gives it that 3D element. Two. Okay, so again I'm going to pop that on sort of in the middle of it. Now you could do this without stamping the layer underneath. I wanted to stamp it because I wasn't sure how it was going to fit. So you could just stamp these elements and pop those on, but I quite like it with that area underneath. Just gives it a little bit of interest. Let's grab dimensionals, will just fit on there nicely. We've had a little bit of rain here today, Kerry, but nothing like you got by the sounds of things at all. So there's one and two. Okay, and now I want to add some flowers, and I was going to put them on here, but I feel that would be too high, so I'm just going to put a flower, I think, on this one. So I'm just going to use my strip and stamp a couple of mango coloured flowers and punch those out. And again, what you want to do is look at the way it's in the punch. So can you see that is at an angle? So if I put it in here, that would be quite tricky then to line it up. So pop this next to where you're stamping, okay, with it this way up, because that's the way you're going to pop it in, and then, oh my goodness, Kerry, that's awful. Okay, I'm leaving some space in between these because I know the punch is going to cut up some of the elements. Oops, like so. And I'm going to grab a piece for the inside, and I think I'm just going to stamp these flowers along the bottom just for something slightly different. Like so. They're not very even and they're not very straight, but they'll do the job. Just wondering whether to put those inside. Or I could use one of the little leaves here to go in between. I'm undecided, so I'm going to leave it for a minute. It's amazing what goes on in the world that we don't hear about, isn't it? So I hadn't heard any of that, Kerry. I'm very sorry. Okay, so now I can pop my little flower in, and it's at the right angle. To punch it out, and I know it's going to disappear. One, two, I'm going to punch all of them out. They look a bit like feet as well, don't they? You can use them as penguin feet or something, or duck feet. There we go. So now what I can do is just pop these on, and because they're a little bit smaller, I can put them, I might be able to get one on there as well, look. Okay. Right. So that's my inside. I might redo that with them all linked up. Give me a minute and see. Right, I'm just going to stamp my happy birthday, which could be a complete disaster, but we'll give it a go. There's more space than I thought, so that's good. And if this all goes completely wrong, I will stamp it on a strip and put the strip on top. So there's my happy birthday, and I'm going to use that lovely garden green in there. I do like to make sentiments slightly darker. I find it makes them stand out nicely. Okay. So this garden green is well inked. So what I have to be careful of is that I put these on with dimensionals. So if you were using a large block, your block is going to hit the dimensionals. Okay, I'm hoping mine doesn't. We'll see. Yes, it's frightening, isn't it, when you see people losing their homes and everything. And I think flooding, well, I don't know, I think it's all bad, isn't it, whether it's, you know, flooding or fire or whatever. Okay, there's my happy birthday along the top. Now I can pop my flowers on, knowing I've got the space. So I can pop that one on there, like so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just trim this very edge, because I've got a little bit of ink on it. And I might then trim the other edge as well, just so that it's more central. Like that, literally a millimetre. There we are. Okay, now I'm going to grab some small dimensionals, I think, for those little flowers. I think they'll be perfect. There we go. So I've got 4 to play with. I could put one on here, you know. What do you think? Or does it look too much like a leaf? It doesn't feel quite right. Okay, now I've got small dimensionals, but I'm going to cut them even smaller, I think. So I'm going to cut this edge piece. Try not to lose too many on the way. There we go. Now I saw a fabulous scene that one of my team and some of her customers had done. I think it was only yesterday, and that was to use the cactus set as part of a desert scene with the Mountain Air stamp set that's got the mountains on. So that's going to be my challenge for tomorrow. Instead of having these in pots, is to have them as part of a larger scene. So if you want to see that live, I'll be here 10 AM tomorrow UK time. Obviously you can watch it on catch up or later on YouTube. Yes, Wendy's very lucky because of the angle of everything is all downhill, isn't it, where you are. Okay, let's put this one on. Put one on there. And also you could stamp them as well. Just see if I need one more. Like so. Okay. I'm happy with that. So that's going to be my outside card. Like so. Let me just bring that up so you can see it a little bit better. I don't know whether it would have been tight to put one of those in the other side, because obviously you've got a difference in height. I didn't want to put that one in the middle because I knew I wanted this one to be the focal point. So I guess I could have moved this over a little bit, moved this one over, and then had two of these. That would have potentially worked. Okay, I'm just going to do the inside, and I'm going to redo this one, I think, with the flowers just overlapping each other or just touching each other. So let's give that a go. Glasses are off. So I'm going to start in the middle. That could be a mistake. Oh yes, the rainbow. I think we were very lucky with our celebration offerings this year. Those rainbow papers, the Hello Friend papers. So the marvellous ones. Yeah, landslides are horrid, aren't they? Very scary. There we go, this is better. I'm happier with this now. And I did think that stamping, any of these, for example, would be a great opportunity to use the Stamper Artist. Not so much for a complete card like that, but if you were doing this one, for example, it would be very easy to stamp your happy birthday, stamp your base, stamp this, and then add in the other items. And you could do lots of cards then and just vary the colour. Okay. Last few, and I'm just going to make that go off the end on either side. 1 and 2. There we go. So I could pop a sentiment on the inside. What have I got from the Lynn Sayings? So we've got an enjoy, which is rather nice. Obviously I've used the happy birthday. Happy for you would work on the inside, but I'm going to use the enjoy. Nice and bold. Let's just pop that onto a new block, and then we're all done. So I've got a busy week coming up. I've got our Let's Get Creative all-day event on Saturday that I run with 2 lovely ladies from my team. So that takes a fair bit of preparation. So we each do a class. So the people that come along get 3 different classes, which is really nice because the people that come to my existing classes, I'm sure they must get bored with my style. Just going to wipe these edges. So it's nice for them to experience other crafters' styles. So I'm looking forward to that, and then we've got coffee and card on Friday at our new location. So that'll be something interesting. Okay, let's give this a go. Enjoy. I don't think there's any doubt about that, is there? You will enjoy. There we go. Perfect. So that's the garden green. And I'm going to pop that. Now, I was going to pop that onto a garden green card. Let's have a look and see. So that will be the inside, and that will be the outside. Yeah, I was thinking possibly of the Mango Melody, but I think on balance it needs the darker card behind it. Okay, so let's layer these up. Going to move that out of the way in case there's any ink on it. Add a bit of glue on the back. A bit too much on that side. Okay, so this is the inside. So just taking time to line that up. There we go. And then this is going to go on the outside like that. So it's surprising how many people have cacti and succulents. I think because they're generally easy to look after. Generally you want to just leave them. Don't water them or anything. Now I could put this actually on a Mango Melody layer first, but we're here now and it's Tuesday evening. Okay. Just making sure I don't put any ink or glue on there. And there we have it. Let me rescue my glasses. So there's our finished card. So I hope you like that. So this is 3D here and the flowers are 3D. So I just angle it up, hopefully you can see that. You could fussy cut these out if you wanted to make the whole thing 3D, but I quite like the fact that the central one is 3D. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts, that's much appreciated. And then I've got the little flowers on the inside and the word enjoy, and I think I will do the flowers on an envelope as well. Just because I like them and because yellow is my favourite colour. So just going to finish this off. So thank you for joining me. You don't have to watch me do this last little bit if you don't want to. I just appreciate your company for earlier, and we will be here, I will be here tomorrow. Scott likes that. Jolly good. Pleased about that, Scott. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start in the middle and then work either side. Like that. It's very cute. These are almost like tulips actually, aren't they? I think you could get away with these. It's lovely to have you join us. Oh, bless you, Kerry. Kerry's buying the ocean front. Well, I'm glad I inspired you to buy it, Kerry. It is a lovely set, and it's one of those that you'll just be able to use year in, year out, really. Okay, so I'm just working these to the left. Not quite as regular, but never mind. Take that one off the edge. Sweet. And it has to be done, doesn't it? Just going to do 3 because this has got a curve. There we are, 3 on the back, a line of cactus flowers along the front, Little bit of ink on my fingers, and our finished card here. So you could add Wink of Stella to this if you wanted to. You could add a little bit of bling. You could add googly eyes if you wanted to make it a little bit of fun, but I wanted this one to be a little bit more serious. It would suit a teenager right the way up to any age, really, I think, personally. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. Do take care, have a good evening, whatever it is you're getting up to, and I look forward to being with you live very soon, and I look forward to crafting with some of you in person very soon. If you've got any queries or questions on what we've done this evening, don't hesitate to leave a message or just comment, and I monitor those on a regular basis. Occasionally they slip through the net, so if I haven't responded, don't hesitate to comment again, and I look forward to catching up with you really soon. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.